Hey, Big Dave the Middle-Aged Gamer here with another episode of Fallout London, Hares and Piggies, and we're at home base. I had to stop what I was doing rather quickly because somebody decided they wanted to talk. Give you 3 guesses on who that could be. Alright, well, I still have an important thing to do here. Jack should show up any moment now. Alright, so I'm looking for one of the mercenaries. There we go. And actually, what we're going to do with you is we're going to supply line you to Covent Garden. Okay, now, before we go any further... I meant to turn my light on. Yeah, for whatever reason, they don't like sleeping in their beds. I don't get it, but it is what it is. Alright, well, anyway, while we're looking for... That's not what I wanted. As you can see, the supply line from London Bridge to Covent Garden is not very far at all. I have a feeling I'm probably going to be supply lining a lot from London Bridge. So I have a feeling Lambeth is probably going to be... Actually, Lambeth would probably... Actually, the only other one probably would be Lambeth. Although, truth be told, if I had Lambeth, I could have probably connected to Covent Garden from there, but it doesn't matter now. Here we go.
Can we talk?
Shoot.
Okay. So I'm not good at words or thinking, but let me just try to get this out. I know you weren't sure about bringing me along. I'm a big and stupid and loud. And when I was growing up, all I really knew was punching. That's it. Wake up, punch till I go to sleep. Every day, nothing else. But since I've been punching with you, it feels not the same as that. Like, oh hell, I don't know.
I've really enjoyed our time together so far.
Good, me too. But I guess all I'm trying to say is me and you is gooder than I thought it would be. I just wanted to thank you for being my friend. It's okay. You don't have to say you're my mate back. I just wanted to say it. Thanks, mate.
I'm glad we're mates too, Jack.
Really? You should know I punch extra hard for me mates, so we're only gonna get more good together. You'll see. Let's get going.
As I said before, Jack is a pure heart. And for those who don't know his story, you're going to be in for a ride. Alright, anyway, let's go to Covent Garden, and let's get to building. You'll see what I've done so far, which unfortunately is not much. Okay, back at Covent Garden, and first thing I'm sure you'll notice is that it's kind of damn empty in here. Well, that's kind of done on purpose, because, well, that's about all I was able to do was scrap. I say just about, because that's not entirely true. So I did get some fencing up. This is about all I had to work with, based off of what I had available to me. Which, as you can tell, is not much. But one other thing I was able to do right before I called it, because Jack wanted to talk, was I was Well, actually, no, you just saw it now. I managed to get a supply line going here. So, we're going to check the fencing. Okay. Well, might as well get that up. It's a start. And one thing about the Place Anywhere mod, it allows you to do just that. Which means, if you remember my last run, where it was pretty much vanilla with the building, it made this part really wonky. Yeah, this is the annoying part. I'm fully aware of that. But yeah, I mean, just the way things broke down, yeah, you end up watching me set up Covent Garden. So yeah, first things first, let's get some fencing up. The only other thing I was able to build, aside from that little bit of fencing, is one bed. That's it. Didn't even have enough for a generator. Most definitely not enough for a settler signal. Hold up. Move these out a little bit more, because we're going to need about as much space as we can get for farming. Yeah, I know Biggin Hill is primarily a farm area, but you want to get as much local as you can get as well. Okay, that should work. And it's definitely daytime now, which is good, because that makes things easier to see. That was weird. go. Now, if you're wondering why I'm building a fence in a place that has its own cell space, well, that would be because if you remember how I cleared out the hooligans in the last episode, a lot of them were outside of this area, so this makes them, when they eventually respawn, and they will respawn, that much more difficult for them to get to us. Of course, you respond with, but how about getting back at them? Well, if you saw my take 2, and that was on version 1.02, where the only truly working settlement was this one, you'd have seen how I got around that problem. And it's kind of the same setup as I have with my other settlements. Hold on a sec. I'm not worried about that. I'm trying to remember where... Ah, over here. Okay. I'm getting to it. There's a second defense that I have set up. Or gate. I kind of like this fencing a little bit better. Sure, it's a bit trickier to work, but in this game, it's a lot easier on the wood, which, as you can tell, lately has been a bit of a pain, but with all the money I've got now, I can buy my shipments, but that's actually neither here nor there. It's the principle of the matter. Wait a minute. I missed a scrap. Okay, and there's the gate, so that's got that. Now we continue on from the other side of the gate. Actually, we're going to edit this a little bit here. Remember, once you place something down, you can then move it out of bounds, and it'll still work. And that'll work just fine. I'm just going to use this as a little extra. Mostly because I can. Okay, and that's the edge here. So we're going to go from here. Okay, we're going to switch to this, mostly because it sinks in a lot better. And now we just got to connect those. There we go. And that takes care of the fencing, which is a good start. Now, we'll go for the next most important thing, and that's the generator. Do we have anything that produces more than 100? No. That's just too damn big for the area. This will work just fine. And now, okay, that's not going to work. Never could get those. Figure out how the hell to get those to work. I forget. Does this work? Use this as a test dummy. Okay. Stops working here, so... Okay, that does not work. I'm trying to remember how to do this. It's been a while. Even with Place Everything, some things are just a little more difficult than others. Does that work? No. Okay. Keep it out here. Okay, that's not really in the way. Okay, that works fine. Okay, as long as I keep these on the outside, it should power up whatever's inside. That will work. And by doing that, that will keep everything out of... mostly out of sight. Okay, there we go. Now we're starting to get a rhythm here. Let's do that again. Okay, why is that happening? That should not be interfering in any way, but it is, so just gonna have to get cute. Actually, you know what we're gonna do, since this is a little uneven here? That should work. Okay, don't really need much on this side because this entire section is blocked off, which kind of sucks if you ask me, but it is what it is. Okay. So that way I can wrap around this way. I gotta be careful not to land in the drink, otherwise that's gonna really suck and I'll lose a lot of progress, and I just don't want to do that. I know that's not right, but that allowed me to do that, so I'm not going to complain about the results. Yeah, I know wiring a place up isn't fun, but hey, if it needs to be done, it needs to be done, right? Actually, do I need to power up this side? No. I should be powering up the other side, honestly. Because that's otherwise a bit of a wiring redundancy. We don't need that. And this will allow us to power up this side of things. Why would you stop that? Is there anything over here? Yes. Okay. So. Well, I probably need to. Anyway, one, I already started on this side, and two, we're eventually going to need to light this place up. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go over this way. Actually, no, we're not. I'm going to end it here because this video is starting to get a bit long. And I don't think you want to watch the rest of this because... so I'll just do the rest of it off camera. And like I promised in the end of the last episode, I'll show you what I got in the next one. I do apologize for this. Blame Jack. He wanted to talk. Alright, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get the latest and greatest videos as they come in and to help this channel grow. This has been Big Dave the Middle-Aged Gamer. This is Fallout London, Hares, and Piggies. I'll see you all next time.